Hello, welcome to Valerian Bay. I'm Suzanne. I'm so pleased that you're here today. So today we're going to talk about how to make huge shifts in your life, and this really is big. It's massive. It's going to impact on how your life goes forward if you continue to work with this process. It will change everything in your life and make everything better going forward. So what we're talking about then, we're talking about you being responsible for absolutely everything in your life. Now then, this does not apply to children, this applies to you as an adult. And why does this work and how can that be? Because obviously you're not responsible for the actions of other people. So we're going to talk about what that looks like and how that's going to affect you. So stay tuned through this video so that we can go through that. So if you accept full responsibility for everything that is going on in your life, what does that do? Well, it shifts you from a victim phase, in being in victim mode. It shifts you into a state of empowerment, into a solutions place, into feeling more like you can actually do something about what's going on, that you are in control of your life. So it can pull you out of anxiety as well, because anxiety can be fear of the future, a feeling out of control. Well, if you take responsibility for everything in your life, then you are in control. So what does this look like, and how can we actually take responsibility for everything? Well, instead of going, oh no, this happened to me, I feel so awful. Why on earth did that happen to me? I'm a good person. Why has that happened? We go, this happened to me. Right. Why did this happen to me? What does that look like? What within me has drawn that to me? What am I learning from it? And how is it going to take me forward on my journey through life? So we instantly swap feeling depowered and in victim mode to empowered and solution driven. So let's give you some examples to truly understand what exactly this means. So for example, say you're in a relationship that's not very good and the person's not being very nice to you. And I'm making this really basic just to get the concept across. It might be that you have low self-worth issues, low self-value, low self-esteem, that you're putting up with behaviour towards you that is unreasonable and unacceptable. So how do we start to move forward from that? Well, we go, okay, this behaviour is happening. Is it within me? Have I got low self-esteem? And if that is the case, start to learn and teach yourself as much as you can, either about the situations that is happening, so that you can empower yourself with knowledge, or so that you can progress and start to improve your self-esteem and start to improve your self-worth by learning and doing different things that will improve that. So start putting yourself first, start taking little steps to practice more self-love. Don't be so hard on yourself. Take time out to do things that self-care aspects, things like that. So this is where it starts from. And it's just one step at a time at looking at why certain behaviours are happening in your environment. So for example, if you're having constant money issues, well, looking at a repeat pattern helps. So if you've got a repeat issue that keeps happening, then you are the common denominator. Something within you needs to be resolved. Your soul is trying to bring you back to wholeness by presenting you with the repeated issue so that you can learn from it and grow. So what is it giving you? What is the world doing for you rather than to you? How is it helping you grow as a person? So if you've got money issues, repeated money issues, you may have a mentality of lack, you may have base chakra issues, you might have had allergies to food when you're a baby, which can cause issues as you get older. The trick is then to give all your focus into how to manage money better, how to change your mind about abundance. Look at modelling exercises, so look at someone who's gone from nothing to having lots, study how they've done that. Make it your mission to learn so that you develop yourself and you switch from being in this victim mentality into being in a resourceful state of making things happen and creating your own reality from the inside out. There was a really strange example which I'm going to give you the other day, and this might be a bit far out for some of you, but I'm going to tell you anyway. So I moved into this new house and there were issues around break-ins. People were breaking into the houses around me, and I'd had an operation, so I was feeling vulnerable anyway because I wasn't at full capacity and full strength physically. And also I was in a new house, so I didn't know the area as well as I would. Didn't know the neighbours as well as I would, all those sorts of things that were making me feel more vulnerable. Now, this is not a usual state that I'd be in because I am solutions driven and I try to veer away from anything that puts fear into me. I don't watch too much of the news. I stay away from things that are going to put me into a victim mentality, and I take charge of my life and find the solutions for everything. And it's brought me forward so fast in so many ways, which you'll see as I go through other videos. So at this point, my unusual point, I started to panic, and what had happened was there was a WhatsApp group for the estate, and they were posting like hundreds of posts a day with videos of these people going around the estate at night, and I was getting oversaturated with it, and I started to go into victim mentality. I started to become nervous and anxious, more so about Luna if anything happened to my dog. And what happened was I went into like a fight, flight, freeze, flop or fawn state, and I was ready to fight. So I had things in my house where if anybody came in, I could protect myself and Luna. Now, the next day I went out, so I built this energy up around me, this energy of almost, I'm ready for a fight. And I'd really bought into it. So I was kind of really getting into the space of manifestation, because that's how you do it. You get into the state of what you want to actually be manifesting. So this is a great manifestation lesson, just as a little bonus. And the next morning I went out. I'd only just been able to start driving again. So I went somewhere that I hadn't been for ages. Was really excited about it, but I wasn't at 100%, so I wasn't on it mentally or physically as much as I normally would be. But I had been given the all clear by the doctor to drive, just to add that in. I got out of the car. It was an area that there was nobody about, and Luna got out of the car and I let her off without a lead because we were just going to walk to the field, which was, say, I don't know, like 20 feet. It wasn't very far. Sorry for those working in yards or meters or something else, but you get the idea. It wasn't very far. And then this car came up the road from really far away. Now what happened was Luna got really excited and she started bouncing about, and I couldn't get hold of her to put a lead up, so I put my arms up to this guy who was coming up the road to say, just stop. You could really clearly see that we were in the middle of this very little lane because it was a dead end, and that Luna was bouncing around, and I thought that'd be okay. What actually happened was he sped up and basically nearly hit Luna. He pulled over opposite to where we were because you couldn't go any further. But he sped up and he missed Luna by such a short space. So obviously that sent up a rage in me because I love Luna, and just like you'd protect a child or something, anybody who's got a dog, They know what it's like. They're your little fur baby. So I very unusually lost my temper and I shouted at him. And he stayed in his car, and I shouted how awful it was and that he'd nearly hit my dog and basically what a moron he was. And I was furious, and he didn't get out of the car, so I walked away really angry and went off to the field for a walk. Now, as I was walking, I realised essentially I'd kind of manifested that situation because I'd built up the energy around me of looking for a defensive fight about protecting Luna. So, and I'd brought that into my universe because that's what I'd put out there. Energetically, I had put that out there because I'd bought into that energy and bought into that space. So then I calmed down and I went, okay, I'm going to stop watching the WhatsApp videos so much. I'm going to stop buying into the fear. I'm going to take practical steps to make sure my house is nice and safe and secure, and I'm going to carry on with life feeling more like myself again. And I did, and everything was absolutely fine. But it was a very dramatic, helpful bit of action to recognise just how fast and how much you can manifest what comes towards you. It's a perfect example. So try to get out of that victim mindset, get out of a mindset of lack. Even if the world around you is the opposite, spend time acting as if you have all the love in the world, that you have all the resources that you could possibly need. Sit in that energy, being grateful and thankful, and just allow that to come to you. Do that every day as often as you can, and it will come. And if you want to work with me one-to-one to sort these things out, to look at what your patterns are, to look at how you can take responsibility for your life and start to change things, then just pop on to www.valerianbay.co.uk, go to the Get in Touch page, fill in the form, that'll come to me and we can have a free conversation about how I can support and help you. I can work with you wherever you are in the world because we have the power of internet and video call, and I am flexible in time because time is not linear. So have a wonderful day. Sending you lots of love. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.